Welcome to Mystery Us. I'm Tony Pratt, and my guest for this musical edition of Mystery Us is Connie Kis Andersen. Welcome to the show, Connie.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Connie, you are from Australia, Perth, Australia?
Perth, Australia.
Perth, Australia. Well,
it's on the west coast.
all right.
Can't get further away.
Now, you have a new CD called Once Again?
Correct, yes.
And it's won an award. Tell us about that.
Well, this year it won the Best Independent Country Music album for Western Australia. So
Best Independent Country Music
yeah.
album from Western Australia.
Yeah. So
Okay, well that's great.
yeah, no, it was a real honour.
What's the population of Australia?
It's not very big. It's about 20 million plus, just over 20 million. I think you can fit them all in, you know, sort of downtown Nashville, don't you? Just about. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay. Well, are you going to share some music from the CD?
I've got lots of music.
No, you don't have your whole band with you and everything, but
yeah, so it's always a bit of a stripped down version, but I have, yeah, sure, I've got a few songs and a new song, and
okay.
yeah, I'm here in the
Great.
States to promote it because I have music out to radio, and here I am.
All right. Well, what's the first song you want to do for us?
Well, I figured that because your listeners probably like to have something familiar, and I like to always include a little bit familiar, and Hank Williams is one of the early people that I really like.
Okay.
And I find I'm doing a lot more of his songs. So we put a version of Honky Tonk Blues on my album. So this
Great.
is a bit of a stripped back version of Hank Williams at 30 or no, I don't know how many years later, but this is it.
All right.
Honky Tonk Blues. Well, I left my home down on the rural route. Told my pa I'm going stepping out and get the honky tonk blues. Yeah, the honky tonk blues. Oh Lord, I got 'em. I got the honky tonk blues. Well, I went to a dance and I wound my shoes. Woke up this morning wishing I could lose these jumping honky tonk blues. Yeah, the honky tonk blues. Oh Lord, I got 'em. I got the honky tonk blues. And this is where I need my lead guitarist with me, doing a little lead break here. Well, I went into every place in town. City life has really got me down. I got the honky tonk blues. Yeah, the honky tonk blues. Oh Lord, I got 'em. I got the honky tonk blues. I'm gonna tuck my worries underneath my arms, skate right back to my Paris farm and leave this honky tonk blues. Yeah, the honky tonk blues. Oh Lord, I got 'em. I got the honky tonk blues. Oh Lord, I got 'em. I got the honky tonk blues.
All right. That sounds great.
Little bit of a change there. But yeah.
Hank Williams. Wow, you can't do wrong with Hank Williams.
No, you can't.
Not in this town.
No, that's exactly right.
You're just trying to suck up to us, aren't
Yeah,
you?
that's right. No, I think it's like you need to take, it's almost like, you know, you take something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and put it on your album.
Not like you're getting married or
No,
anything.
well,
But
might as well. It's such a commitment to your
yes,
album.
it is.
It really is, you know, so.
And I just met you today. You are a friend of mine, Tom Pick,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
is an engineer down at Merritt Studios.
Correct.
And I tried to get him to come on the show and talk to us, and he said, well, I got somebody better. And I think he was right.
Well, Tom's very supportive. He's produced both my albums, so and we've just done a little recording of some of these timeless classics as well. You know, just as a little project for festivals and things like that.
Right. How did you get into country music in Perth, Australia?
I truly don't know.
It just happened to you.
No, as a child, well, I was born in Copenhagen in Denmark, and my family migrated to Australia, to Sydney, and you know, when your family migrates, they always want something better for their children.
Sure.
And so they wanted me to learn an instrument, and bottom line was, even though I wanted to learn the piano, they were pretty itinerant, so they came up with a banjo mandolin, which I think you call them banjolins. And
Banjolin?
yeah, it's like a mandolin, and it has the skin. And so, because my fingers were too small for a guitar, and so I started at 8 years old playing that mandolin. And by the time I was about 11, I was playing on concerts at the town hall, and my family moved a lot, and so they moved to the outback of in Australia, and at the time there's an iconic he was like a well-known, he passed away a few years ago, Slim Dusty. Now he's an Australian iconic sort of country music performer, and my first gig was with him on the stage because he'd involved the local talent, and I was, you know, all of 11 years old playing She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain on the
So how
stage.
did you end up in Nashville?
Well, Perth is one of the most isolated cities in Australia, in the world actually, in terms of distance. And so, and it doesn't have a great, it has a small population relative to the population of Australia, but the size is the largest state in Australia. And so I would actually, I joined Nashville Songwriters, sent my stuff over to Nashville Songwriters and would get critiqued, and it was really focusing on the songwriting aspect of things, and the offer to record came from Nashville. That's the bottom line. So show me a singer-songwriter who wouldn't like to record their own songs, and I'll show you a liar.
Absolutely.
so that's
so
how
we
I got
heard
here.
something borrowed, right?
Yeah.
Now we're
something
gonna hear
old,
something
maybe.
blue. Oh, that was something old. Okay.
Something old, yeah.
All right.
Excuse me, I've got something in my eye. But anyway, if I blink, I'm winking at you.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, what would you like to hear? Something?
Yeah. Let me hear something.
What would you like to hear? Something borrowed? Something blue?
Either one you want to do.
Well, how about
something of yours?
Something of mine. I'll do a title track for the album once again.
Okay, great.
Which I think is probably considered a very traditional type of country song. So it's called Once Again. Dancing neon lights are streaming into the motel room where he lies dreaming. He's walking hand in hand with the one he treasures, but then he awakes from his pleasure and he cries, when will I see you again, my love? When will I talk with you and hold you in my arms again? Once again, in my arms, once again. The clock ticks on as he lies thinking of broken marriage vows. His heart is sinking. Distance keeps him apart forever from his only child, the one he treasures. and he cries, when will I see you again, my love? When will I talk with you and hold you in my arms again? Once again, in my arms, once again. Yes, he cries, when will I see you again, my love? When will I talk with you and hold you in my arms again? Once again, in my arms, once again. In my arms, once again.
Okay, that's great.
Thanks.
Now you have a song that, is that the song that's that was 42 on the charts?
Oh no, that was, oh, this one's actually climbing up now. This one in Australia is on the, right now is, it's been in about 3 weeks in the Hot 100s, and I think it's in its 70s now, climbing.
Okay.
The other one that made it into number 42 in the charts, that was a Chris Isaak song.
Oh, okay.
Cover of Chris Isaak, who did Wicked Game. So
yeah,
that, yeah, that's on. That's like a more contemporary song that we made put a country arrangement.
So that's
to.
the borrowed song.
That's a bit of a borrowed one. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a nice way of putting it, right?
Yeah.
Cover tunes are great. No,
Yeah.
okay. Well, are you going to do that song for us?
I can do that song.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Well, I just need a fabulous guitarist.
Then all we need is a blue.
We need the blue one. Oh yeah, I can get one for you.
All right.
But this one, yeah, this was actually out to radio over here too. I think it ended up being played on quite a few radio stations, still being played.
Is the style of your sing, is it different when you're just playing the guitar? Obviously, you don't have a band.
Mm-hmm.
You have to change the whole arrangement, or?
No, well, that's why I sort of look at you and say, well, here's where my lead guitarist comes in.
Yeah.
But the Honky Tonk Blues, I probably slowed it down a bit. Once again, is exactly sort of in terms of the arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
This, I'm really missing my lead guitarist, but I'm told, and I'll leave out the lead. I'll leave out the lead, but it still stands alone.
Okay.
So hopefully your listeners and your viewers will recognise it. So. Hang on. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you, and I don't want to fall in love. No, I don't want to fall in love with you. With you. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. No, nobody loves no one. Oh, that was really, how's that?
That was a mysterious.
It was a mistake. This has been happening
happening.
to me all the time, this whole journey. How's that?
No problem.
Yeah,
Just tie that back together. And
yeah.
so you need to change strings there. Now you have quite a range of styles there that you're employing.
Yeah.
Is it harder to do your own song, or is it harder to do someone else's song? I like that song with a female voice. That's really cool.
It's well, it puts a different slant completely on
Right.
it. It's like, you know, Lyle Lovett singing "Stand by Your Man," right?
Yeah.
It's sort of now you add that, and it just does. It puts a completely different slant to it. But sometimes it's harder. I think as a songwriter, you end up owning the song. You have to own the song. So then you stylize it anyway, and it becomes yours. So you have to take that song and almost, you know, sort of feel like you wrote it, you know, So is it harder to do a song that is a cover? No, I think it really, what comes hard is how well rehearsed you are at the song.
Whether it's your own or someone else's.
That's right.
You can forget your own song.
Absolutely.
After a few years.
Oh,
yeah.
I forget the song after a week. You know, sometimes I just, you know, have blonde moments. I'll go.
Especially if you're, you know, rehearsing a lot of different songs,
Absolutely.
and then you forget
Yeah.
the ones.
Yeah, you got to be
Yeah.
on top of it all the time. So,
Right.
and I think if you love, you know, you don't get better at just by learning the masters songs. You get an innate sense of what is actually a good song too.
So what do we need to do to fix the string?
Well,
we need to take a break here for
yeah,
a second.
We do. I think so. I think so.
All right, we'll take a break,
Oh.
and then I will ask you some really off-the-wall questions
Okay.
that I'm famous for.
I'm getting an electric shock from this lead too, by the way.
Uh-oh.
So, am
So
I young
help.
enough to turn it off?
We're back with Connie Kis Andersen, and the CD is called Once Again. Okay, we had a little slight mishap with a guitar string there.
I know, yeah.
Maybe your guitar is haunted.
Well, it might. I think it's playing up because it doesn't come with me all the time, and all my gigs. I leave it here.
Right.
So-
Now, in Australia, do they have a lot of paranormal activity? Are there haunted places or things like that?
Well, there's not as much in the public eye that we're aware of. I'm sure everybody experiences a little bit that they're not game enough to tell you too many of their stories. It's only when we've had a few little wines under our belt do we loosen up and start talking about it.
What do they call Bigfoot in Australia?
It's called Bigfoot. He's called Bigfoot.
Isn't there's not another name? I think there is.
Is there? Bigfoot?
I forgot it, but I think
I've
there
only
is.
known him as Bigfoot.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking New Zealand. Maybe they have a
could
different
be.
name.
No, I only know him as Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they do have
other than
phenomena.
Wookiee from the Wookiee.
The Wookiee. Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, that's it. Yeah. No. I'm not aware of any other name for Bigfoot. I don't think.
Have you had any strange experiences in your life? These are those off-the-wall questions I told you about.
Yeah, I know. And I think in our there's a couple of little things. And sometimes, you know, certainly with animals, you know, sort of if you tap into, I'm right into brain frequencies and things like that. I know that, you know, it's sort of there's a learning frequency. We have different brain waves that we emit, and it's common knowledge that if we're in alpha, that's when we do most of our learning and our creative process and our creative things. And I think when you have an attachment, you know, the horse whisperer and all those sorts of things. I have a connection with my animals, and one of the little stories I sort of alluded to is that, you know, sort of, I had an old dog. She was an old Kelpie cross, a very Australian dog, and her name was Shadow, and she was my shadow, literally. Would follow me everywhere until she became too old, and then she would follow me with her eyes, you know, and she was 16 when she passed on, and it's a strange sensation because I would be just drifting off to sleep and I'd feel like a dog jumped up on my bed. She would always sleep by my bed, not in my bed, and I'd always get this sensation, and I didn't say very much because it's sort of, sometimes when we drift off. But interestingly, after a few months of this, and it wouldn't happen all the time, I spoke with my husband and he told me the same story. He got the same sensation that felt like there was an animal hopping up on the bed. That would be one of the more recent strange phenomenon that I can't explain, other than a bed spring is giving way or something.
And they have the Aborigines in Australia, right?
Yes, they do, and they're very spiritual in terms of their dream time and their dreaming, and they have many stories to, you know, with which their mythology that they tie into as some of their behaviours, even, you know, in terms of their culture and their actions. You know.
Do they have their own music or?
Very much so.
Type of stuff? Very
much so. They have their own music and their own art. They have corroborees. Corroborees, of course, men were, you know, sort of a tribal dance that the men were mainly involved in. But the one thing in terms of music, you know, the didgeridoo, where they it's not many people are aware of this. I see women learning the didgeridoo, and I won't learn the didgeridoo because it is a sacred instrument that only the Aboriginal men are supposed to play. And it's just a respectful thing from my point of view that not many people know this, but women aren't supposed to play that instrument.
Well, I think we got time for one more song.
One more song? Well, maybe this is, I don't know what this one is. This is a new one. It's sort of brand new, hot off the press and still working on, but this is a bit of a steamy one, okay? So you've got a bit, and it was inspired by the hot stinking summer where I was here in Nashville. Well, it's a cool, clear night. The moon is full, I'm feeling alright. Well, now the day is done, the music's on. Come on now, baby, let's have some fun. It's been a hard, heavy day. I've had a burning thirst, I could taste the haze. Well, now the sun is down and you've come around. let's lift this party off the ground. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. 'Cause the setting sun has left the sky on fire with red hot clouds reflecting my desire. I've been having steamy dreams of you, steamy dreams all day through. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on with some mood music and a little wine. Low soft lights, we will be just fine. A party for two, just me and you. Let's make my steamy dreams come true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. 'Cause the setting sun has left the sky on fire with red hot clouds reflecting my desire. I've been having steamy dreams of you, steamy dreams all day through. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. I said the setting sun has left the sky on fire with red hot clouds reflecting my desire. I've been having steamy dreams of you, steamy dreams all day through. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Steamy dreams all day through. Steamy dreams of me and you. Steamy dreams coming true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. And actually, it was written on Halloween.
Fabulous. Well, thanks for being my guest on Mystery Us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Really enjoyed it. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
That's all, folks.